Geneva is the first European show of the year and known as the trendsetter, so we'll start with the cars that give a glimpse of the future. Even BMW GB didn't know the concept M5 was going to be unveiled. It has a 5-litre V10 and a 7-speed gearbox, but the thing that had a snooping stylist from Jaguar drooling was the cooling grid over the rear axle. Designers. The inside line on the Honda Sports concept is that it's going to be the new NSX. Designed by a 26-year-old, there's an incredibly light, mid-mounted V6 and an all-aluminium frame. But the key will be handling that doesn't bite. It'll be a supercar for beginners. The 100EX is Rolls-Royce's present to themselves, celebrating their 100th birthday. The bonnet is a work of art, milled from solid aluminium. "There's no way we could afford that," said one rival. Other expensive flourishes include the 9-litre V16 engine, the mahogany and the bleached teak decking. They could have made the soft top soundproof, but they didn't. As the designer said, there's something very romantic about hearing raindrops on the hood. Right, I found it, the concept car of the show. And in actual fact, it's the first concept car Land Rover have ever made. It's called the Range Stormer, and it is one mean mummy. Range Rover have really gone and slapped their ball joints on the table with the brashest car here. It's packed with luscious details. Things like a crushed ice effect for the lights, wing mirror cameras, gull wing doors, custom tire treads, a rear window cleaned by high-pressure air jets, and an interior to die for. My two favourite features are the fact that they've used light almost as a material and the way that things just seem to float. This dash is lovely. The seat is a work of art as well. It's carbon fibre with one piece of plush saddle leather over the top, and it is incredibly comfortable. Now, apparently, Ronan Keating has already been on the phone wanting one, but I'm sorry, Ronan, no go. It's a concept only. However, Ronan, a watered-down version of this bad boy will go on sale next year, and with a rumoured supercharged V8. Woohoo! Now that the Panda is so good, we have to start taking small Fiats more seriously, and I just hope that they do make this, the Tribuno. It's like a modern-day Fiat 500, and it should make you feel like a 50s movie star. La Dolce Vita, baby. La Dolce Vita. Wouldn't you much rather have this than a smart car? It's so stylish. It's just over 3 meters long, but it feels massive inside, thanks to all the glass and light-coloured materials. The dashboard is a bit iPod-y. Simply stroke the buttons with your fingers to get what you want. And if, like me, you often need a bit more space in a car, then just deflate part of the dashboard on the passenger side. Makes me feel bellissima. Now, this should definitely satisfy your need for speed. It is the Maserati MC12, yours for just a snippet under $500,000. Maserati want to take this car GT racing and are having to build a few road versions first to comply with the rulebook. The big secret is that it's actually based on an Enzo Ferrari, but the MC12 is a little longer, a little wider, and at 205 miles an hour, a little slower. However, it's much more exclusive, with just 50 being made over the next 2 years. Get this, right? The moment that this car was unveiled, a very important Maserati customer texted his man on the inside saying, "I want one." £500,000, just like that. Surprisingly, quite a few Enzo customers are thinking of buying one. As I've always said, one supercar is never enough.